if you watched my last video from a couple days ago, I think last week, I talked about how to see the pattern before it comes. And specifically, we talked about the head and shoulder. And I wanted to give you the rules and show you how to see it before it's happening or as it's developing. And today in this video, I'm going to show you live. I'm going to show you it live, and I'm also going to give you a trade setup for the next week to come. You already know I'm going to let you all the way up. Let's get it.
Like a pro, yeah, I'm trading like a pro, like a pro, taking profit like a pro, time to let them know, bank on the phone, no I don't need a loan, cause I'm trading like a pro. We getting paid, stacking that money from the trades, we getting paid, stacking that money, I'ma teach you how to trade like a pro.
What's up, y'all? This your boy Jay Wayne, you know, representing Team Take Profits. And I'm telling you, I'm excited about this video because I just love, I get a newfound energy and I just love seeing these trades come together. They said, find something you love to do and you never have to work a day in your life. And I thought I knew what that meant when I was doing some of those other things I used to do, but it still felt like work. But doing this, trading, making money on my own terms, my own way, like this is the best feeling in the world. And then on top of that, I get to share it with y'all. I get to help y'all. And it ain't like I built this on a pipe dream. It ain't like I'm talking about something that halfway works. This stuff works. This stuff works. You know what I mean? And I get to share it with you guys to help you guys make money. I mean, it's the best feeling in the world, team. It's the best feeling in the world. So I'm waking up this morning. It's 4:34 a.m. You know, get ready to go. Act like I'm going to work. I ain't going nowhere but in my office. Feeling good. And here's the trade. Here's the trade. Now, I was eyeing this trade for like the last 2 days. All right. Today is what, Thursday? I've been eyeing this trade since Monday or Tuesday. Probably about Tuesday. Now check this out. Let's go to the charts right quick. GBP USD. Now remember, in the last video, all right, you can see this whole thing marked up, but I'm gonna strip it down and show you how I got here. Because we on this journey right now to trade like a pro. All right, we on this journey, and I'm gonna help you guys see the market how I see it. All right, so look at this. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. And if you watched that video, I showed you rules. I was back testing in that video. All right, I was back testing. This one, we're actually forward. We're not forward testing. We're trading now. So check this out. Before all of this happened, because this is where we're at now. All right, I called this one out. I called this trade out. It was pretty much up there. Like, I was like, yo, here's a trend line. Here's a trend line. I don't know what it's going to do, but the thing is, what we do know is we got this shoulder. We got this little head forming, and this is not a long-term trade right here. This was a day trade, and that I was tracking for about 2 days because it took time to develop. You know what I mean? And we had a head somewhere. Now, I was telling the team, I said, hey, this the part we don't know. We don't know where this is going to end. We don't know where this piece is going to be. It could be up here. You know, it could be down here. Boom. And then comes up to the right shoulder level. And that's it. So it really doesn't matter where, let me circle it for you. It doesn't really matter where this piece ends, this move here. That it really doesn't matter. Because the reason why that don't matter, because we're trying to anticipate, right? But you can't get it all the way right. So it doesn't really matter. As long as it once it breaks the trend line, you can take the sell. You know, if you're trained and know what you're doing and know how to time it, you can take the sell from the trend line. Okay? So that don't matter. But once it gets broken, okay, so all of this happened. Finally broke the trend line after a few days. News was coming out. Actually, this was around news. You see this indecision candle right here? You got the red body with the 2 wicks on each side. Once it broke the trend line, we took the sell. We had a little bit of drawdown because of news. News was like at 2 o'clock or something like that, and we waited till 3 o'clock, and still was giving us a little problem. But we hung in there. We knew better, and the whole setup looked good. Now, the fact that it's above the 50 moving average, we only just was looking for about 20-25 pips. We wasn't looking for nothing crazy because we didn't want to get caught up in a whipsaw action back and forth, because really it's still in the buyer's market. Okay, so now that it's broken the trend line, I said, hey, we don't know where this piece is going to end. We don't know how far that's going to go down. We don't really know. So that, but it broke the trend line and we had divergence. So let me properly mark that up for you because this be getting a little squirrely. We had divergence. And what I mean by that is go down to the hour chart. Go down to this hour chart and you can see the divergence forming. I'm going to make this trend line white. And I'm going to thin it out a little bit. Okay, so we got divergence happening. So the fact that I got divergence happening right here, I mean, this is the same example that I showed you guys last week, but this is a live market. Let me take the replay off. This is a live market. It's the same exact thing, but you get to see it live now. All right, but the last week's video, Trade Like a Pro, episode 2, it was the inverse. It was the sell version of this. It was the buy version. All right, I believe it was the buy version. This is the sell version of that example. So, and this is live. Now look at this. When you go to this hour chart, look at the 30. All right, it's underneath it now. As it broke the trend line, it's underneath the 50. I want you to get this because you're going to run into situations where on the 1 hour chart, it's looking a certain way with around the 50. And then when you go to the 30-minute chart, it's looking a different way. Well, here's the thing. The one hour chart, once it broke the trend line, it was running into the 50. Okay? But we got divergence. We got divergence happening. We got a trend line happening. We got 2 pluses for us. We got 2 confirmations on this 1 hour chart. All right? Only thing that we don't like is that it's running into the 50. That's the one thing that's kind of against us. So what happens in that situation? If you don't want to take the breakout, which I understand, then you wait for the retest. And here's the retest that we were looking for. Right there. Let me make that big for you. There's the retest right there. So you got all of this action right here. Okay. This is just blah, blah, blah. And then finally you got it. Finally it broke. All right. You really can't tell the head and shoulder from the 1 hour chart because it's only really on a 4 hour to higher time frame. All right. Because I'm on an hour chart trying to get entries now. So this is where it broke the trend line. This is where it's breaking the 50. And then you just wait for the retest. And let me take this drawing off for you. The retest looks like this right here. If we draw a line all the way through, this is the structure right here. That structure level is what you wanted to retest. That's the structure level. This dip right here where price stalled at. That's the structure level. And it happens around the 50. Do you see when you trade this way, it's hard to lose. I want you guys, when you get done watching this video, you have absolute confidence that you can do this, but you gotta understand the way that I trade. You got to understand these methods. And it ain't hard once I break it down and once you get to see my mindset. You going to trade like a pro, I'm telling you. If you really want this bad enough, you can get this because I'm showing you the way. All right? Little by little. This is only a YouTube video. We can go deeper and deeper in class. But this is a YouTube video and I only can do what I can do on YouTube. But check this out. Once you got this little wedge pattern forming, that's why I love that divergence with the trend line. Because now it's just a beautiful thing. It all comes together for you. And here we go. So we want to enter on like a 15-minute chart. And you can see when you get to that 15 and 30, price is underneath the 50 moving average. Because it was running into the 50 moving average on the hour chart. It was running into it. But so go let it break. Let it break the 50 moving average on the hour chart. Let's go back to it. Let it break the 50 moving average on the hour chart. Let it do it. Let the market show its hand. The way that I trade, my methods of trading is I trade in such a way, I build my setups in such a way that I allow the market to come to me and show its hand. That's it. All right. So once it did that, you go down to the 30-minute chart. We're already underneath the 50 now. It's game time on our entry time frame. 30-minute, 15-minute, kind of the same thing. It's all underneath the 50. Let's go. All right. So now I'm just showing you, hey, this is a live chart now, right? Price is moving, baby. Now here's the thing I want you to see for the future. I told you I was gonna give you a trade setup. All right. Look at the overall picture, team. What do we have here? What do we have here? Now we got the opposite. We got the opposite situation going on. We got divergence starting back here on the daily chart. So what I just showed you was just an intraday trade. That was a trade that we got into yesterday. And it's still moving forward for today, this morning right now. This is London session, 4:43 a.m. Eastern time, Thursday. All right. So now let's delete the sell situation on the 1 hour chart, and let's start shifting to a bigger situation. This is the one that I want you guys to catch. So let's take this off. Now, all of a sudden, we making higher highs on the slowly. It's going to be a little slower because it's the daily time frame. But all of a sudden, we making higher highs on the RSI on the daily time frame. It's a beautiful thing. Remember seeing something like this earlier? Remember seeing something like that earlier? From the one I just showed you, let's make the divergence lines red for all my people that's new on it. That's new on my videos. Let's make this red. Let's thicken it up so you can see it. And the divergence lines are red, and the trend line structure level is white. So now you can't tell me that this is not going to be a great trade for you. This is going to be a beautiful thing, and I'm telling you before it happens. Okay, so we don't really trade with a bias. I don't trade with a bias. Okay, so if it's not going to break the trend line and go into the upside, then fine. Because it could easily just, let's see here. It can easily just go like this. This is a channel that it's in. It can boom, boom, act like it's going to break out. But I'm telling you, line it up exactly how I have it. If it's not going to break out, it's going to test up here, reject. Once that happens, pull out a trend line. Boom. Let's make that a different color. Make that yellow. Get the trend line out and take the sell back down. And you're going to just keep riding the trend. And you're just going to keep riding that wave until the trend line gets broken. But I want you guys to, this is going to be a test for you guys. I want you guys to mark this up and finally stick with something for a week. I want you to see what it feels like to stick with a trade for a week and monitor it like a pro. All right. We're going to trade like a pro. All right. We're going to do that. That's my mission. That is my mission, is to get you guys to see pro-like things, do pro-like things when it comes to the Forex market. All right. I got you. I want you guys to see what this feels like. Mark my words. It's going to be a trade setup from here. It's going to take time, but you're going to get opportunities along the way. All right. So we're not just waiting for it to break this white trend line. It can stall at the white trend line like it did in the past. For an example, it came up here, put the trend line up, boom. It broke it, sell it. And we're going to keep riding it until it breaks it. You feel me? And you're going to keep eating off of it. And then you can go back to the 1 hour chart and find little day trades and keep scalping it until you see the big move happens. All right. And one last thing I want you to see. All right. So let's look at this. Inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, pull back. Here we got this head. I don't know where this is going to be, and I don't care. It does not matter to me. All I know, all I need to know, all you need to know is where that right shoulder is. Where's that right shoulder? And this is the anticipation. This is what we're waiting for. It's kind of rough right now because I don't have all the data. But the most important thing I do have is this left shoulder. And all I do is cut the head off. Cut the head off right here. Cut the head off. And we got a right shoulder level. So this level right here is going to be money whenever it decides to break the trend line, because it has to break the trend line first. Once it breaks the trend line, it's probably going to come up to this 50 moving average that you see right here, and then it's going to come back down. Once it does that, we know that we're going to take buy entries. We're going to look for buy entries right down here, and then boom, we enter in here, back on up. All right, so that's how we're going to play this inverse head and shoulders, but it has to break the trend line first. And if it never breaks the trend line, I already told you, just pull out the trend line and wait for price to break it back to the downside. We eating both ways. That's why I love forex. When everybody else jumping on stocks, everything else, options, all of this other stuff, do it. Diversify your money. But I'll be in the cut mastering this forex. And when you guys ready to come on, when the world is messing up your options, and when the world is messing up your stocks, and everything is not looking right and it's kind of hard to trade it, come back and see your boy Jay Wayne, because we over here killing this forex game. You feel me? So and then at that point you can pull out a fib from low to high. All right, and you can see that the golden zone is sitting right up in here somewhere. So it's going to be something similar to that. I don't know the exact numbers on that golden zone yet, because I'm anticipating. But I'm telling you, you have to think this way. You have to look ahead. You have to know how certain patterns form. Now, this is just me mastering or helping you master the head and shoulders and the inverse head and shoulders. I showed you in back testing. Now I'm showing you live and how to prepare for it in the future. But we're going to break down other patterns and know how they form before they happen. Bro, we finna be some straight killers in this market. They're going to be like, them boys, them people that's with Jay Wayne over there, they some killers in this forex market. Like they not playing no games. Like, they a real problem. They know too much. Hey, protect us at all costs. We just know too much about this. This is an anticipation move. Rewatch this video, because I'm telling you, I want you to be ready both ways. So rewatch this video and really mark this up the way I have it. All right. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed it. Matter of fact, I know you enjoyed it, and we got more to come. All right. And also follow me on Instagram, because I be doing like some live Q&A stuff. I pop my head through there, show some love. You can really get to know me as a person. I can really, answer your questions that it's hard for me to answer on YouTube. And, you can pop in on the video chat, talk with me. We can just talk about life. It ain't got to be forex. It could talk about how to make money other ways. It could be talking about how to save money. It could just be talking about anything, psychology, trading psychology. You don't got to be chart talk. All right. So those Instagram lives. So follow me on Instagram. All right. Other than that, don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And let's make this money, baby. Peace.